What's up, Orland family? This is Counselor Briggs. Just wanted to go over the Briggs House Monopoly rules for game day. So make sure that you guys watch this video in its entirety, because although I usually play almost 100% by the rules or the rules in the rule book, there are a couple of Briggs Family Rules that I think, a couple of things that we kind of ignore just because it seems to make no sense in the rule book, or we can't figure out how to do it in our conglomerate. And then a couple things that we like to add. So the first thing that you may or may not play by, some of these rules may be rules that you play by, may not. So here's kind of the rundown of how the gameplay will go tomorrow. Some of the rules. So one, you'll notice the $500 in the middle. I know that not everybody plays this way, but in my house, we'll play by my rules for game day. We'll always have $500 minimum in the middle. So start of the game, $500. Somebody gets all the money, bank throws $500 in right off the bat. Anytime you land on something like income tax, luxury tax, or you draw a chance or community chest where it says like pay, you lose a beauty contest, or like your dog chews somebody's newspaper or whatever, pay $50, it goes here to the center. Whoever lands on free parking gets the money from the center. Okay, that's the first rule and the biggest rule. Alright, so everybody's going to start out with the same amount of money, just like from the instructions or the rule book. 5 ones, 5 fives, 5 tens, 6 20s, 2 50s, 2 hundreds, 2 500s. Everybody's going to have a game token. I'm usually the car, but we'll talk about that. We can figure that out. I will set up for you guys little name placards, or like out of paper or whatever, that'll have your money next to it and stuff, and that way we can keep track and you can always see your stuff. I'll also put your properties near it when that time comes and whatnot. So the way that usually we play, or that I play, you roll once, or everybody rolls the dice, and whoever has the highest starts the game. Then it goes clockwise. So kind of, I'll set you guys up kind of in a circle, and it'll just kind of go like so, clockwise. Some other rules. Go to jail, you go directly to jail. Okay? You get 3 turns. So when it's your turn, next time it's your turn, you roll. You get 3 tries, or 3 turns to try. If you roll doubles in your 3 times, you get out. And that you just go to the just visiting. That's as far as you go. You do not, if you roll double 2s, so 2-2, if you're in jail, you don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, huzzah, to, Virginia Avenue. No, you just, boop, you're just out. If your third turn comes around and you do not roll doubles and you're in jail, you pay $50 and then you're out. Okay? If you want to get out before your 3 rolls are up, you may pay $50 to the center. Okay? Only on your turn. Okay? So you can start your turn with paying. So if you go to jail and then it's your next turn, you roll doubles and you don't get out. Your next turn around, you can pay and then roll and go. Okay? When you're in jail, you can collect rent. You may collect rent. Okay? So that's the next big rule. If you land on free parking, you get all the money in the middle. Huzzah! Okay. That's the next rule. Next rule. Let's say I land on Oriental Avenue for $100. If I do not want Oriental Avenue for $100, it goes up for auction. Okay? The starting bid is $50. I will be the auctioneer. Okay? No, I'm not going to rattle off all fast like an actual auctioneer. Although I can do that, my auctioning skills are rather pathetic. I just kind of like to pretend like I'm an auctioneer in the car, so I'm not going to do legit auctioneering, but we will auction that off. You may not go up by $1 increments. This is up by $5 increments, $20 increments, $50 increments, $50 increments. I ain't playing this whole, let's see, Oriental Avenue. I bid $50. I bid $51. I bid $52. We're not playing that game. I ain't doing that. That makes the game way too long. Okay, so there's that. Now, one of the rules, and I definitely abide by this rule, is when we play, I'll say, okay, for example, let's say Zachary's gonna play. If Zachary says, okay, I'm ready to roll, it's Zachary's turn. He says, okay, roll. I pick up and I roll. Okay? Now, and this is just because this is who I'm pretty sure wants to play. Let's just say Zachary roll. It's Zachary's turn. If on Zachary's last turn, or no, let's say it's Zachary's turn, he lands on Oriental Avenue. Let's pretend that Zane owns Oriental Avenue. If Zane owns Oriental Avenue, Zachary lands on Oriental Avenue. If Zane does not catch that Zachary is on Oriental Avenue, and the next person rolls after Zachary, then if the next person rolls and Zane didn't catch it, Zachary does not have to pay rent. Ha ha ha. Okay, so Zane's at his, like, what, $4, $6 for Oriental Avenue or whatever. Okay, next rule. If a person owns all three, or all two of a monopoly, then the rent is doubled if unimproved. So that means if Zachary owns all of the light blues, okay, and Mr. Briggs comes along and lands on Oriental Avenue, let's pretend that the rent is $4. If I land on that and Zachary owns all three of the light blues, I pay $8 because that's double 4. But if you have little houses or hotels on any of those, then you do not get charged double. You just pay whatever's on the rent card. Okay? Speaking of houses, if you're going to buy houses and improve your property, you cannot say, I'm going to buy 4 houses and put them all on Oriental Avenue. No, you have to space them equally. So 1, 1, 1, and then your 4th one, put it on one of your 3. I don't care. You have to buy 4 houses, or have 4 houses on each, before you can buy hotels. So, for example, we'll say, buy, and then buy, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1 there, 2 more there and there. So he has 4 houses on each property. I will try to make those nice and pretty when we actually play. You can do this on one turn. You cannot change to hotels until it's your next turn. So Zachary, if Zachary put 4 houses on his turn, next time it's his turn, then he can do the hotels. Okay? You can only have 1 hotel per property. If we run out of houses or hotels, you cannot buy. You can't just, like, imaginary buy. If we run out of houses or hotels, you run out of houses or hotels. That just is how it goes. Okay. So that's that. Now, here's another fun little thing. Mortgaging. You guys will all get to experience that someday when you're adults. So, if you're going around and you land on somebody's property and you can't afford, or if anytime you cannot afford something, let's pretend it's rent. Let's pretend somebody lands let's pretend Mr. Briggs is there. Let's pretend that Zachary owns these red folks, and Mr. Briggs comes around and lands on Indiana Avenue, and it has some houses on it. The rent is super expensive. Okay? So, if I don't have enough money, I would do one of 2 things. 1, I can try to make a deal with Zachary. I am all for deals. You get a 30-second deal-making window. Okay? So I would say, okay, Zachary, I'll make you a deal. My deal is I will not pay rent, and you may have 3 free landings on any of my properties, or the next 3 times you land on a property of mine, you do not pay rent. Zachary can say, sounds good, or no, whatever. Okay, so you can make a deal. I'm cool with making deals. That always is on the table for me. I feel like there are a lot of life lessons with making deals. If Zachary says no, then I need to mortgage my properties. So, on each card, okay, there's this side, and there's the back side. Okay, so Mediterranean Avenue, I bought it for $60. If I'm going to mortgage it, I flip it over, its mortgage value is $30. That means I mortgage it, it's turned over, I cannot collect rent on it, and I get $30. Okay? I get $30 from the bank. I'm borrowing that. Okay? And I use that to pay my rent. If I have, let's pretend I have I own Baltic Avenue and Mediterranean. I have the monopoly. I've built my houses. Okay? I got my 2 houses there, my 2 houses there. Now, if you're going to mortgage, you have to sell back your improvements or your houses before you can mortgage. Okay? So, on Mediterranean Avenue, it costs $50 to buy a house. Okay? I can sell the houses back to the bank for $50. So, this cost me $50, so $200. If I need $200, I can sell back all of my houses. Okay? If I need to mortgage a property, I have to first sell back the houses, and then I can mortgage. So, I get $200 from my houses, and then I mortgage for my $30. What to do? Okay? So that is how mortgaging works. Okay? Deals and trades and buying, selling property amongst each other. So let's pretend this is Zachary, this is me. Okay? You guys can make deals, or we can make deals. I'm totally cool with that in trades. So the way that would work is when it's my turn, before I roll, I can say, Zachary, I have Vermont Avenue and Baltic Avenue. Or a light blue and a purple. You have 2 light blues and a purple. I'm willing to trade you this light blue for your purple. That would complete Zachary's monopoly. That would complete my monopoly. So basically the trade would look like this. Okay? So, I'm totally cool with that. If Zachary doesn't have all of them, you're more than welcome to do any kind of trade. I don't care. Okay? But it has to be your turn. It has to be before you roll. You get 30 seconds, and I will have a stopwatch going, or maybe I'll find a little hourglass or something. But you have 30 seconds to make your deal. It has to be agreed upon or disagreed or whatever. All your dealings have to, in trades and whatnot, have to be within those 30 seconds. Now, you can trade with property, cash, get out of jail free cards. I really don't care what you trade with. Whatever you have, your assets. Assets are cards, properties, money. You can make those trades. I'm totally cool with that. Alrighty? So there's that. Other than that, I think all the rules are pretty simple and straightforward. Other than those things, I play pretty much by the rule book. I would recommend that you look over the rules. You can look online. You can look, if you have a copy of Monopoly, you're more than welcome to check out the rules. If we get to a place where there's a rule that I'm unaware of, or it's against what you know, or a rule from the rule book, let me know and tell me where it is in the rules. I'll look it up. If I am totally off on a rule, then we'll come to an agreement amongst us as to how to handle the situation. If we're going to adopt the new rule, or if we're going to say, okay, well, this time, because that would be considered a new rule, then we won't play by that rule. Otherwise, for this game we won't play by it, but next time we will. Whatever, however it is, I'm totally flexible. I'm cool with doing either of those things. So, Tuesday is Monopoly Day. Thursday is going to be Risk. We'll play Risk. If you want, I will roll the dice for you. Or if you have 2 dice at home, you can roll the dice, but you do have to show, you need to take your camera. I need to see your roll. I need to see the dice leave your hand. I need to see your dice on the table. Okay? If we don't do that, no, you're taking the roll that I roll for you. And you cannot see, if I roll like, what's a really crummy roll? If I roll that, you can't say, no, I just say I'm going to roll my own. Nope. You decide before or after. Okay? So, there's that. Doubles. In case you don't know the rules for Monopoly, if you roll, well, that would have been cool if it actually landed on doubles. Okay. That would be 10, correct? Yes, great. Okay. You roll doubles. If you roll doubles 3 times in a row, you go to jail. Okie dokie. So it's in your best interest to roll doubles, not doubles. Huzzah. Okay? I think those are all the rules. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. We can go over them at the beginning of the game. If I get a bunch of people that want to play Monopoly, and there's a high demand, we'll do a second game of Monopoly. Otherwise, we'll just do one, and we'll get this show on the road. All right, Orland family, have a good one.